How you guys doing today? Today, I want to talk about the final straw with Capital One. So frustrated with those guys. Capital One credit is what I'm talking about. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you guys who all are subscribing. The YouTube channel is growing. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure we'll get there sooner than later. Thank you guys. All right, let's talk about Capital One. I've had a frustrating relationship with Capital One for some time now. Probably the relationship has span over a time of about almost 10 years. I do have one highlight, so I don't want to completely bash them. Now, understand something. This is just my relationship with Capital One. I'm pretty sure there are some of you guys out there who may have had a better relationship with them. But me, it's been frustrating. And eventually, I hit the end with Capital One, with their credit cards. So, approximately about 10 years ago, I remember a friend got a request in the mail with regards to applying for Capital One. And when I saw the credit card, I was about 22 years old. I didn't have a credit card at all. I didn't have any credit established. And the credit card offer came to my friend, and I looked at the credit card offer. I was like, hey, are you going to apply for this? And my friend said no. So I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose? Let me try and apply for it. So I filled out the information and sent it to Capital One. Of course, back in this time, it took a lot longer. I didn't know anything about going online and actually applying for a credit card. And to be honest with you, back then, I was 21, so I said 10 years, but the reality is it's 20 years. 21, almost 20 years, because I'll be 40 in December, believe it or not. I know I look good for that. But nevertheless, so yeah, we're talking 20 years ago. So I applied for the credit card. I sent it in the mail. Like I was stating before, I don't think I would have even went online and tried to do anything like that. I just didn't trust the internet back in those times, back in that day. And now look at me doing videos on the internet. But nevertheless, I sent it, and I forgot I sent it. And I think like a week or 2 weeks later, I got something in the mail saying you got approved for a Capital One credit card. I opened it up. I was so excited. When I opened it up, I was a little bit excited because I didn't know if I got approved, but obviously I was approved for a credit limit of $300. Now, I didn't know anything about credit at that time span. I just figured, oh, okay, this is something you get. You can use it and then just pay the minimum payment, which is what most people think when they think of credit. But nevertheless, probably in 2 months, I had that thing maxed out. But one thing that I did do is I paid that minimum payment forever. I think I had that card for about 5 years, just barely making the minimum payment. Now, fast forward a bit, I remember I was working at a collections job because that's pretty much all I've done until I got into credit now. And while at that collections job, I got a bonus check. I got a bonus check for like $500 or whatnot. Working there, I was like, oh, okay, I got some extra money. What should I do with it? And I figured, you know what? Let me go and pay this credit card off. Because by this time is when I started learning about the interest, and by paying the minimum payment, it was just crazy. A little bit went towards the balance. My balance was always between $290 and $300 charged off. And remember, I had a $300 credit limit. So this day, I said, you know what? Let me go online and let me pay it. So it's 5 years paying that minimum payment. So they made a lot of money off of me. Nevertheless, I went online to go pay it. When I go look, I had a credit increase. I went from $300 to $3,000. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Still not understanding credit, but excited. I said, you know what? I ain't paying this. I kept my whole full $500 put it aside. I remember I bought some couches with the Capital One credit card for like $500. Those brown couches that everybody has with pillows or whatnot. And, I bought a couple other things. Next thing you know, that credit card is maxed out. Eventually, my relationship with that credit card went bad, and it ended up going to collections. I ended up failing. I couldn't afford to pay it, and it ended up going to collections. And this is when I was in Ohio. I'm trying to work out my previous marriage that failed, and I allowed that one to go, and I didn't pay it. So what ended up happening with that card is later, as time progressed, it was on my credit report. They never sued me or anything along those lines, but they hit me with a 1099 to the IRS with regards to taxes, probably 6 years ago. And what happened is basically I filed my taxes, everything was done. I got something in the mail saying, hey, you have earned income of $3,000 that you didn't report on your taxes, and now you have to pay taxes on this $3,000. And at the time, I'm like, what the heck? And then come to find out, it was that Capital One credit card. So they got me at the end. I ended up having to pay, I think, like $1,200. And that was the end of Capital One at that time span. Fast forward, my second relationship with them happened about 2 years ago. I got the credit card. I got a Capital One Savory credit card. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's the brown card. I got approved for a $1,000 limit. And so during the course of this time, now I'm educated. And so I know what to do with the card. And in the beginning, there were times I've charged it up to like $800-900 and I would pay it off. There was times I left the balance a couple times and paid it off or whatever the circumstance is. But I learned about credit increases. So I applied for a credit increase one time. They denied me. They said something about I didn't have the card long enough or something. So then the next 6 months I did it again, denied. The next 6 months I did it again, denied. The next 6 months I did it again, denied. So I'm guessing I said it 4 times. I was denied 4 times for a credit increase on this card. And on the 4th time of getting denied for the credit increase, right now with all my other credit cards, I was over like $75,000 worth of available credit. And I used my credits like debit cards. So I had actually available $75,000 worth of credit. So I'm thinking, like, what's the deal? So I end up calling Capital One. That's one of the tactics you do. You call them up and then, see what the issue is. I get a guy on the phone from Capital One and he tells me, I'm sorry, everything's done through a computer. I can't really tell you why or why not you got approved. So I tried to use one of my tactics and I figured, you know what? I've been paying this card for 2 years. I'm a good customer here. Let me say something along the lines like, hey, you know what? If you don't give me a credit increase, then I'm just going to close the account out. All my other accounts I have, the lowest balance I have is $5,000. This is the only card that I have with the $1,000 credit limit. And I didn't want to get rid of the card because of the credit history on that card. This credit history was a little longer than the rest of my credit cards besides my first one. So to make a long story short, the guy is just like, I can't help you. And when I stated, to close the account out, or if I said, can you close the account out? I'm thinking about closing the account out. And so he's like, okay, real quick. And just like really quick to close my account out. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm trying to bluff you. I didn't want to do that. Could I speak to a supervisor? I get the supervisor on the phone and she's a lot more nice. And she's explaining to me, the circumstance and the situation, I guess, for credit increases and so forth. When you get an answer, there's not nobody there that can help you. It's all done through an algorithm, through a computer, is what she said. And then she's looking at my account. She says, yeah, but didn't you say you want your account closed? I said, yeah, but I was thinking about it. She goes, well, the other guy already closed the account out. And I said, excuse me? She says, yeah, this other guy already closed the account out. So at that time, I was like, that is the last straw. Forget it. Close the account out. I don't want to talk to nobody. I took that Savory card to my shredder. I shredded it. And I was like, good riddance, Capital One. Now, initially, when I looked at my credit report, it dropped 30 points. But because at that time span, right at that time span, that's when I do my credit increases on all my cards. At that time span, I did a credit increase, and I ended up getting, like around 29,000 of extra credit in general across all my credit cards besides Capital One. And so my credit did drop 30 points, but once these credit increases reported, my credit went back up 20 points, and then went up another like 15 points. So it went up 5 points plus. But if I would have kept that Capital One card, who knows? I'd probably be up another couple points. But, that's my story with Capital One. I don't think I'll get another credit card through Capital One. My question is how, maybe with the card, the last time it took me 3 years to get an increase. Maybe if I'd have been a little more patient, I would have gotten an increase that I wanted, and, it would have made it better. But because of what happened, I was like, and now I have a sour taste about Capital One. I don't think I'll ever apply for a card through there. So that's my story with Capital One. I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there have had a better relationship. Maybe you've gotten even credit increases earlier. If so, put it down in the comments section, because I don't want to knock Capital One completely and make people not want to go and apply for their cards. I just had a bad relationship with them, and that's just, my situation concerning Capital One. So put it down in the comment section if you had a better one. On the credit repair side, I have 2 items that I have for sale. I have a DIY credit repair packet. For those of you who are a little more seasoned, understand the dispute process and so forth, or think that you do understand or you have a grasp of that, the DIY packet is great for you. This month, and this month only, 50% off. Down in the description, now I have it where you just click the link, you can pay for it. As soon as you pay for it, you'll get the email, you'll get the actual credit repair packet. Secondly, I have an inquiry removal kit. That kit, same thing, 50% off. I have a link down in the description. Just click the link, pay for it, you get the inquiry removal kit with regards to that. Now, don't forget about the free stuff. I'm never going to forget about the free stuff. I have the free pay to delete, the free Goodwill letter, and the free cease and desist letter. All that information's down in the description. Click the link. Opt in. I think you have to put your name and your email. And once you do that, boom, that template, the letters for that will come straight up for you. Those of you who are looking at getting your credit repaired, you need a professional to do so. Clear and Strategic Credit Repair Services is the company that I own. There's a link down below for a 30-minute free consultation. Click the link, get the consultation, see if in fact the shoe fits. If it fits, great. We can build your credit. Not only will we clean up your credit, but I take it a step further, and I want to teach you so you don't end up coming back with bad credit. There's nothing worse, and I learned early on with cleaning people's credit, cleaning their credit, not teaching them nothing, not telling them nothing. And then finally they go and they're able to go get that credit card for $3,000, $5,000. They charge it up, and then they're right in the same predicament. I want to teach you financial literacy to build so that way you can get to the place where you have infinite credit available for you, and you have it to use in case of emergency for a business or anything along those lines. Lastly, and I know I've been talking a lot, books, dreams, and financial things. We've done our first episode. The information will be down below. Check it out. Where we've been off, we haven't done a podcast for about 9 months. We're focusing on our businesses and the stuff that we have. It's me and my wife. We have a blended family. For those of you who don't know, I do have 5 kids. I have a blended family, so there's a lot that we talk about. Books, dreams, and financial things. Check that out. If it's a podcast you can listen to, as well as there's a YouTube page, Books, Dreams, and Financial Things, and you can watch it on video. For those of you who like to see video, for those of you who just want to hear audio, wherever you listen to your podcast, it is available there. If you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as always, you be great.